Hey everybody, this is Pete Travers.
I'm Lance Nielsen.
We are with Royal LePage Woolley Realty, and if you haven't figured out by now from our other videos or just the way we look sitting here, we're the most rock and roll realtors in all of Waterloo Region. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. No, maybe even Canada.
Maybe Canada. We don't have any data or research on that, and realtors, we like data. We haven't seen it yet, but let's just wait until that comes in, and perhaps in a future video we will declare that we're the most rockinest in all of Canada. What are you seeing out there?
I'm seeing a relatively balanced market, and it has been that way for quite some time. One thing I'll point out is that Waterloo Region itself has been quite stable, unlike the volatility that we see in Toronto or London. And so we've been holding up pretty good here, and I think that's probably because we have a good mix of tech and universities and insurance companies and finance and stuff like that. So
talk about micro markets, because you were talking about that.
Well, micro markets, that's the really important thing to look at. So when we talk about what's going on in the market in general, that's Waterloo Region. However, micro markets are really more important. So what's going on?
You were looking at Beechwood. You told me Beechwood.
I was looking at Beechwood as an example. And Beechwood, the story there is quite different from what's going on in the region. And it's quite strong. I mean, it's performing well in Beechwood. So that's one example. You can pick up, different neighborhoods, and you'll see a different story, and also different streets and different type of house.
So going back to what you were saying about how things are stable here in Waterloo Region, we've also had really months and months and months of a relatively flat market. Now, it's important. There was a cool stat that came out.
Yeah.
So the stat was February of 2020.
Well, in February 2022, that was the top of the market. That was the peak. By July, that had settled down.
And it was a big percentage
it was
decrease
down
in prices during that time. And then
July
of 2022.
To now, we're only seeing about a 3% difference in prices, so 3% lower.
That's pretty important, because I think a lot of people are out there going, oh, my house is going down and down in value. It's really not. It is true that through this flat market, month to month to month, we're seeing incremental, tiny decreases in value, not increases. We're hoping to see increases, but right now they're decreases, which I think are just tied to the overall abundance in the market, because the market is really down, but it's flat. And so the price going down is so tiny, we call it a flat market.
It's not, you're not going to see any major shifts here, I don't think. And I think, really, I don't think we're going to see any big changes this year. We might have to wait till next year. The problem is, you never know one day to the next what's going to happen south of the border.
That's right. South of the border is, I hate to bring politics or anything into it, but south of the border has created so much lack of consumer confidence in Canada. We're weathering this thing. We just had a great jobs report, more jobs in the last while.
Yep.
However, in a general sense, when consumer confidence is low, people say, well, maybe we'll put off buying that car, or put off that vacation, or put off selling the home or buying the home. And those all work to keep the market
down,
quieter and down.
But I think it's going to stay pretty stable. Like Bank of Canada, I don't expect they're going to change rates. Possibly not at all this year. That was my prediction in January, and so far it's held.
Well, it's funny, since 2022, February 2022, there were some significant interest rate decreases over like 5 or 6 in a row. And we kept, as realtors, we kept thinking, okay, here it's going to pick up, but it never really picked up. So we're waiting for things to come alive again. And speaking of coming alive, is it time for us to play a song for everybody? And before we do that, what do we want to do? We want to ask a skill testing.
Well, a skill testing question. So, who sang the song? And it was not the lead singer of the band.
So you're going to have to figure out what song we're singing, first of all, because not everyone will know it. But it happens to be my favorite song, and I bullied Lance into playing it with me. And hopefully when you hear it, you'll look it up, you'll figure it out. But it's not the lead singer of the band. And although this lead singer, when you see him live now, he's one of the big ones in the world, he does play this song as part of the list. And maybe if you got him on Truth Serum, he'd admit that maybe I should have sang that.
Maybe I should have sang.
It could have been a hit. It could be more of a hit than it was. It was not a big hit, but anyway.
Anyhow, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That I knew what I know now. When I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. When I was ooh la la, ooh la la la, ooh la la, ooh la 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 la.
I think we might have got it.
I might have got it there. I wouldn't mind giving my fingers a break.